Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys? I am very happy to be here with you today. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on my video. I would greatly appreciate that. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and share my video with other people. I would be very grateful for your support. YouTube really loves when we get thumbs up and comments, so that is fantastic if you could do that. Let's go ahead and get started. Today is the last day of Tiny Easter Treats Week. I added a third week of Easter in here this year because I just couldn't stop creating things for Easter because Easter is so much fun. And I just like to give little treats and things to people that I care about. And sometimes you just want to give a little something to maybe the postman or the lady that you see every day when you go to the bank, or a cashier, or a waitress that you have every time you go to a certain restaurant. You don't want to get crazy because it's not someone that you're going to give something to that they may treasure it forever and hold on to it and make this big, huge work of art, right? We want to make some small, cute, little, quick projects. That's what this whole week is about. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. I had a live on Tuesday, as always, every Tuesday night Eastern time, 8 p.m. I have a live stream on YouTube. I hope that you'll consider joining me if you can do so, because we have a lot of fun on there. We have a nice group of women and even gentlemen who come and hang out with us and watch the projects that I make. So I would greatly appreciate having you there if you would consider that. Let's go ahead and get started. We are making a mini pocket envelope Easter treat holder. So in here is a cute little milk chocolate caramel Ghirardelli bunny. And I have used the Easter bunny stamp set and the mini pocket envelope dies. This is a fantastic little die set. If you have missed it, it's a standalone die set, does not have a stamp set that it goes with, but you will use it over and over again. Do not miss out on this die set because it's pretty incredible. It uses a quarter sheet of cardstock, so you can get 4 of these out of 1 sheet of paper, and then scraps for your bow and your bunny. So it's fantastic. The bow is made out of this die set as well. I'm going to teach you how to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to just move those out of the way. The Easter Bunny stamp set and the punch, I think, are back ordered right now, or on non-orderable until they come back in. But you can use any Easter set, of course, that you want to make this project. Let's go ahead and get started. I started with a piece of crushed curry cardstock, and I used this fantastic die set, and I cut out the pocket. So that is the first thing. The cool thing about the pocket is it gives us score lines, and we can follow right along with those. So that is that piece. Then I took a piece of Flowers and More DSP. I thought that this was great with the crushed curry, and it's a 3x2/8 inch piece. And we are going to place that on the front here of our little pocket. Isn't it cute? So that's that dimension. And then I used scraps of fresh freesia to make the bow. Now this die set has the makings of a bow, so that's what this little piece is right here. And then of course these are the tails of your bow. So you need these 2 elements to make your bow. So we needed those, and I used a scrap of fresh freesia. Let's go ahead and stamp an Easter bunny. We're going to use the Easter bunny stamp set, and this little bunny is the one that gets cut out with a punch. So I'm using fresh freesia ink on basic white cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and add my little bunny at the bottom there. I'm going to clean him because if I don't, inevitably I will get it on something that I don't want it on. So we're going to go ahead and clean that off. And we're going to use our punch. Open that up and slide in this piece that has been stamped. You're going to line that up so that it fits inside your punch. And when you're happy with your placement, you're going to squeeze the punch. And out pops our bunny. Trash. All right. So let's put our bunny to the side. I'm going to grab my bone folder, and we are going to put this little envelope together. So right here and right here, there are score lines. It already puts them in there for us, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them back. So there is that, and there's a score line right here. And this is how we form our little envelope, okay? So what I'm gonna do is bring in my silicone mat. I'm gonna use my wet adhesive, and I am going to run down the side here on our little flaps that they have given us. I'm gonna put my adhesive in there. And I'm gonna grab a block because I need something to secure it once I have it down, something that's gonna be heavy. So I'm gonna push this, I'm gonna bring this over, and I'm just gonna make sure it's nice and lined up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and stick that block on top of it, let it sit there for a second. While we're waiting for that, let's work on our bow. So this little piece forms these little, you know, puffy portions. So to get that, I like to break down the fibers in the paper and just run my bone folder across. Just don't pull real hard because you don't want to rip it. But you want to just kind of break the fibers down and see how it gives you that curl. I also like to do that to this part because this little top section is going to wrap around. So I like to do it in both directions. But it is the part that's going to wrap around and form this little knot on our bow. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm just going to move this over, and I'm going to grab a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to put it in the center of my little bow there. And I'm going to use these little pieces here, and I'm going to push them down one at a time. This one is going to go right there. I'm going to use my bone folder and just hold that in place for a second. We're going to do the same, put more glue in that same center section. We're going to put our other part together, okay? So we're going to push this and see why if you manipulate the cardstock, it's much more pliable and it kind of listens to you. So we're going to go ahead and push that down and kind of hold that in place and get that to grab. And once it's grabbed, there's our cute little bow. Isn't that precious? So now we got to form the center. So this little piece is going to be wrapped around. So I'm going to start gluing it in the back, and then we're going to wrap this around, and then that's going to come around. So on the back section where it's smooth, I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive, and I'm going to start with this piece on that piece of adhesive and let it grab. And then we're going to twirl this around. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive in the center here. This is going to come around, and then this last piece, we're going to put adhesive one more time, is going to wrap around and form the tails of our bow. How pretty, quick, and easy is that bow? And you can puff those little sides up. I like to use my bone folder, just give it a little press and make sure that it's nice and stuck. We're gonna use this glue in a second. Now I can lift my block up. I'm gonna move my bow to the side, and we're gonna flip this over. This is where we are going to attach our designer series paper. So let's go ahead and flip that over to the opposite side. And we are gonna put our adhesive. We will attach this onto this short front part. This rippled part stays on the top. We're just gonna make sure that we have a nice border on all the sides here, that it's nice and even. And we're gonna push that into play. Isn't that cute? All right, we have a Velcro closure on ours. So there's a little Velcro on there, you can see it. And I like to use the thin, clear Velcro fasteners. I stick the fronts and backs together to make it easy for myself. And then I can just come in here with my scissors and I can just pull one of them off. I like to cut them apart. And then I can just deposit this. I think there's like 56 or something in this package. It's linked in the description below. So if you need some of these, you can grab those. All right, and we are going to attach the fuzzy side, or the whiter one, which is this one here, to the top center of our little flap here. This is going to flap down, and it's going to close our little envelope, okay? So there's that one. We're not going to pull the back off yet. We're going to grab a mini dimensional, if I can find where I've stuck them. Here they are. And I'm going to put it in the center of our bow right here. Give it a little press. And then I'm going to grab my take your pick tool, and we're going to pull the backs off. And our bow is going to go right here. Let me close this so that you can see. Nice and centered on our little flap that's going to fold down. Okay? And that is just with a mini dimensional. Now let's put some dimensionals on our bunny. I'm going to use the big ones because he's kind of big, right? So let's go ahead and stick some of these down. If I need some minis, I'll bring them in a second. I'm going to put a mini one there on his foot, I think, and on his nose. That backing already come off on me. All right, maybe one on that ear. All right, so there is my dimensional. So let's go ahead and stick our bunny down, and we're going to put our candy inside. I've already told you the kind of candy we're using are the Ghirardelli bunnies, which I think it's really appropriate that we have bunny on the outside as well, right? That kind of lets you know what's coming on the inside. So let's grab our little Ghirardelli chocolate caramel bunny. I'm gonna stick him inside there. Now that he's in there, it's good to do a closure, because we want to make sure that the bulk, since he's kind of puffy, we have that bulk in there before we pull the back off and shut this Velcro closure. So I'm going to peel the back off, that little plastic piece, and now we're going to go ahead and close our envelope, pocket envelope, just like that. I'm going to push down on my bow, get that to grab, and then of course you can always puff your bow back up just by pushing on the two sides there, just like that. And we'll add our bunny to the front. So we'll add him just like that. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So there's our bunny. And what do you think of this cute project? It's very fast. Most of it is taken care of with your fantastic mini pocket envelope dies. The bow and the pocket come out of there. You just need a little piece of DSP and whatever you want to use for your front of your pocket. I think they work out really well, and it's a great little treat holder. Hope that you enjoyed this project. It's a pretty quick one, like I said, and I will see you here tomorrow for another video. It will not be Easter, but it will be a video for you, and we'll be starting a new bundle next week. So I will see you here tomorrow for that. Thanks for being here. Give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of this Easter week, and if you missed any of the projects, feel free to go back and watch those. I'm grateful to always have you here, and I am thankful for everyone who purchases from my online store and leaves me comments and thumbs up and shares my video. Thanks for being here, guys. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!